Hi, it's Gary here again. What I'm going to cover today, as far as the tip, is something that we come across every single day here with agents and kind of the confusion now that all this technology has supposedly organized us better and made us more efficient, right? Well, what I found is there's a lot of confusion on who to call, when to call them. What this really refers to is when you look at your database. Now, everybody has a database. Hopefully you've chosen one database, which is really your CRM, that that integrates with the MLS and house information, which is what people want. But here's the thing, to be proactive and actually keep in touch with these people, we know that the objective is voice to voice to get face to face, whether it be a buyer or a seller. Until we have that face to face, that's that meeting, that listing appointment, or that first meeting, the initial meeting with the buyer, when we're going to find out, are they motivated, are they qualified, and are they going to be loyal? I'm not going to cover that right now. I've covered that in other videos. But for right now, how do I prioritize who I should call and who I shouldn't? I'm going to assume that you've got a CRM that you use and everybody you know is in there, meaning past clients, sphere of influence, leads. Okay, now leads are important. Have I talked to them? Have I not talked to them? So when we sit down during a prospecting session, here's my time block. I'm going to make calls. It can be overwhelming if we've got hundreds or thousands of internet leads, suspects as I call them, and whether I should call, who should I call? How do I prioritize my prospecting session? Here's a simple way to do it using what I call my 5-star system. Now, 5 stars, you know what it means when you're out trying to get reviews. You want good reviews, you want 5 stars. So 5 stars are the best. We're going to start with 1 star. 1 star is I'm sending them house information, just keep it in touch, they're on my mailer, whatever. A 1 star, even if you have their phone number, they have not raised their hand yet. They've not asked for information. They've not proactively contacted us to ask us a question. So don't glom onto them. Don't bother calling them, okay? Number 2, you add a 2nd star when indeed, and these are of the 2 groups that you'll be calling every week in prospects. A 2-star, you're going to call them every week, okay? On those, they've inquired on something. Now, we're just touching bases. What we really want to find out when we call them is when. When are they planning on moving? That'll help us in determining the next steps we need to do to get them to that face-to-face. But a 2-star, we want to call them, update auto searches, however you're doing those through your CRM, but you want to call those. A 3-star means we're going to call them, but we want to just follow up. Are they getting the house information that we've been sending? Do we need to change any of the criteria? Is there anything else we can do for them? And also find out when. When are they planning on moving? When we find out the when, it's going to help us. And at that point, what we want to try to do with a 3-star is get that face-to-face meeting. We've got to get face-to-face. So a 3-star is we've got to set an appointment. If we don't set appointments and get face-to-face, we're not going to make any money, okay? But we have to track these things. Now, once we've held the face-to-face, they've come into the office. So if it's a buyer, I'm going to invest an hour up front to make sure that they are motivated, they're qualified, and they're going to work with me. If it's a listing, of course, you know what's happening there. You want to find out if you can go to work for them and list their property. But that face-to-face is critical. When you've held the face-to-face, they get 4 stars, okay? Now they're almost active. If you've held the face-to-face, here's where they move from prospect or lead to active as far as a description of what they are. When someone becomes active, at that point, at 4 stars, again, they're not active yet. You've held the meeting and you're going to determine, do they stay at 4 stars? And you're adding notes, okay? And those are people you call to get them to the 5-star. The 5-star is they are active. I'm actively working with them, meaning if it's a buyer, I've turned off all automated searches. I am now searching for them because we're going to go select. We're going to select the house this session, this weekend, on Saturday, or maybe I have to take them out again on Sunday. But we're selecting. We're no longer browsing, okay? And that's active. Turn off the automated stuff. Get that buyer under contract. Of course, if it's a listing, it again is active. It's an active listing. There you want to adjust. If you've got an automated valuation report that goes out to them, that's good to follow up, but make sure it's adjusted correct so that it's going to help you get that price where it needs to be for the seller. If, again, they don't list or they're not headed out, they're not going out with you, they're not active yet, so they stay at 4 stars. Now, after a deal closes, where do they go? They never come out of our pipeline, okay, because they are going to move again. People all live somewhere. So they go right back into the system for what? Well, probably a 1 star, and maybe we'll schedule a follow-up call just to say, hi, how you doing? Because they're not ready to do anything right now. So the 5-star system works. It's what I implement in my business. It's a way to help us stay organized because every CRM, every database, you can sort. Usually, well, always by a column. Now they might call it a tag, they might call it a group. You might use the ABC approach, the 1, 2, 3, 4. I've just found with today's day and age, all of the things that we're looking at reviews. It's something simple and easy to keep us organized and prioritized as to who do I need to be calling when I sit down to call people. I hope that's helped. If you ever want to go deeper on any of this, by all means, give me a call, text, whatever. I'd love to get together and help you grow your business. In the meantime, go list and sell a house. Thanks.